All right, time once again for Catching Up with Tommy Mack right here on 1010XL's podcast platform inside the 1010XL podcast studio. We're also on Facebook, of course. Hello, Facebook, 1010XL's Facebook page, and streaming live on the relevant app, the group messaging chat app. It's got podcasting, broadcasting. You can even do a private communication tool with it. It's a super app. There's no doubt about it. I stream and put shows on there all throughout the week, so check that out. RELEVNT, no A at the end, Google Play, or at the App Store. Okay, Silver and Black coming to town. I was saying earlier with my friend Graham here, my esteemed producer on the podcast, about back in the day. I used to love the Silver and Black now. Oh, and I appreciate like the Lyle Alzado era, right? The Atkinson, the just all those great Politnikov, all that era. I was too young for that era, although I remember in '77 we were friends with one of the Bears doctors. He got us tickets, and we watched the Oakland Raiders come in. Stabler was the QB. I remember that like it was. We had great seats too. They kicked the crap out of the Bears, but I loved Howie Long in high school. Matt Millen, those guys, man. They Ronnie Lott. I'll never forget. This was a long time ago, early 2000s. I'm at a Fox Super Bowl party, and Ronnie Lott and Howie Long are there talking, and I get to meet him. Like, oh yeah, hey Tommy, how you doing? I was like, this is pretty damn cool. Two of the greatest football players of all time. And I'm having a little drink with them and just talking about ball. It was so much fun. But nonetheless, the Raiders come to town now, the Las Vegas Raiders. I do want to say rest in peace to Ray Guy. Talk about another iconic Raider. I mean, that guy, all you remember that guy? Like, he was like, I don't know, the first punter you saw in pictures where his leg would come all the way up to his face, really straight leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never really I don't know. I never really paid attention. But when you see a picture of Ray Guy in full extension, you're like, holy cow. First, he was tall, had long legs. Yeah. And he was flexible as all get out.
They talk about how important a follow-through is.
Oh, my gosh. Absolutely. But rest in peace. Gone 72, I think. 73. Pretty young.
Yeah.
So
did you see I don't mean this in any sort of bad way, but have you seen like recent pictures of him?
Yeah. Yeah, he looked like he
looked significantly older than
he did.
His age.
Yeah, he did. His body
10 to 15 years older than
you could tell someone
low 70s would look.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But what a great career, and what left a great impact with the Raiders. All right, so I'm just going to get it out of the way. I know Here we go again, the Calvin Ridley trade. I'm all for it. I think it's great. I mean, you're looking towards the future. That's great, And now what I don't look forward to is the hype that's going to go with it. No, now Trevor has a true number one. Now he's going to no way. It's not now because he can't play till next year. So now it doesn't even matter for now. I just want this year to be better, and they have a chance here. They got a chance. I got them. Look, cat's out of the bag. I already said on Jaguars today. I got them winning. It's a lot of it's wishful thinking, but I have a feeling because the Raiders, you don't know what you're going to get, right? They put a ton of points up on Denver. They got crushed by New Orleans. I mean, they got zilch last week, but that doesn't mean anything because why? Well, we goose-egged the Colts earlier in the year to what? To them kicking us down the road later on, right, and having success. So you don't know what's coming to town. They've got some players, no doubt. Josh Jacobs, a very good back. You got to take care of the back. And by the way, it's fun. It's funny how listeners on radio, they only catch certain parts. You think they sit there and listen 2 hours straight, but they don't. They're doing stuff. And I just literally got done saying how the defense let us down, and caller comes on. Oh, Tom, how come you're giving the defense a pass? I'm like, pay attention, man. What are you talking about? I just got done talking about what they gave up. My God.
You're not wrong about how listeners, will come and go and whatever.
Yeah, they do. I get it.
But in my opinion, if you're gonna call in, you need to have watched.
Make sure you've been listening, right?
Yeah, I've listened. Yeah,
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna call in and contribute to the show, yeah, because I mean you're on the show
right
on Fridays. Yeah. You wouldn't go leave for 30 minutes
right
from 10:30 to 11 and then come back and have all these opinions that they just talked about. You know what I mean? So it's like if you're going to call in, you need to have been listening.
Please at least pay attention. That's all I'm asking for. But nonetheless, we got through it. I mean, look, the Raiders are 2-5. 4 of their 5 losses are 1-score games. So are they close? Where are they at? You know what I mean? Or are they just 2-5? They're 2-5, obviously. But they got not blown up. They got beat handily one time. Obviously, they got beat handily last week and one other time. But just 4 out of the 5. So it's just that one time they got crushed. The others are 1-score games for the most part. They've been in Florida all week, down in Bradenton at the IMG Academy. Reportedly, they went from New Orleans to there. Is that a good thing? It depends how disciplined the players are. I know I'd be sneaking out, breaking curfew and stuff like that.
I hope they did
at least early in the week. Come on,
I absolutely hope. I hope that all week they've been sneaking out every night.
Yeah, they're tired.
Sleeping 2 hours a night.
Listen, they got a lot to prove. I mean, their offense was terrible. I mean, I think Devontae Adams had 1 catch. Now, granted, he was sick, coming off the flu or something, but he wasn't good. They weren't good. I mean, neither were we on offense for the most part, but they haven't been performing when Darren Waller, I'm not glad for him, but glad for us that he's still a little banged up because one thing that we've learned again, the tight end kills us. The Broncos tight end killed us in the second half. They did not have an answer for that dude, and it opened things up and started a lot of problems, and you can't let that happen again. Hunter Renfrow has no touchdowns right now. Remember Hunter Renfrow, the darling of last year, wasn't he? Got the big deal. He's got no touchdowns, under 10 yards a catch.
And you would have thought going into the season with them hiring Josh McDaniels.
Right, yep.
A guy that made Kendrick Bourne look like a star.
Right.
Guys like that.
Yeah.
You would have thought that Josh McDaniels would have come in and had Hunter Renfrow looking like the best slot receiver in football.
No, and he was a very productive player.
Really
good player.
Yeah.
He had 100+ catches, didn't he? Like 115 or something like that.
Yes.
Like ridiculous amounts. Productive. Not doing it this year. Look, Derek Carr, he'll give you stats. And I like Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr is a very talented guy. But you know what he's not, I don't think? 2 things. He's not a killer, and he's not clutch. He's sometimes clutch, but he's not consistently clutch. So you don't know what to expect. Look, I could say the same about our own quarterback. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But Derek can light you up if you let him. You know what I mean? I mean, again, I say it every week. When the quarterback has time and the receiver's open, you're supposed to make those throws. Those are routine, all day long, in your sleep kind of throws. You don't hit every single one, but you got to hit the majority of them. So if you don't get to Derek Carr, that's going to be a problem. And again, I'll go back to the defense. All this money, forget the offense for a second, okay? Fair. The offense deserves, although Travis Etienne, the O-line, is very positive. I got to credit the O-line. You got to. They're playing some of their best football. And you know what? I thought they were a weak link going in, and now they're a strength. Go figure. But they are, and that's a great thing. Etienne is a total beast. Guy's tough as nails. So we're going to, hopefully see more of that. But, at the end of the day, this defense has not lived up to their billing. I mean, come on, you grab the Lewican, one of the best linebackers in the game. Foley, Fadusaki, I always kill that name, but one of the really... Fadukasi, thank you. Sorry, Foley. A very good run-stuffing, nose-tackle, DN, versatile player from the Jets. When the Jets let him walk or get free agency, the Jets fans were, man, that was a good player. And he's been okay, but just not good enough. Roy Robinson Harris, Josh Allen. I'll tell you who needs more time. Smoot. Get Smoot in there. Get him rotated around, man.
Arden
whatever.
Key as well.
I don't care.
Arden Key as well.
Arden Key as well. Get him out there. Get him more reps. They deserve it.
Both of those guys play like they'll never play another down of football.
No, I know. They're relentless, man. They're reckless and relentless, and I love it. But at the end of the day, come on. Look, we're 2-6, and I'm not woulda, shoulda, coulda. I hate that fantasy crap. You are what you are. You are what your record is. But just 2 of the games, your offense gave you a lead in the fourth quarter, and you failed to hold the lead. I don't care how. I don't care why. Damn, there goes all that great popcorn. Gosh dang it. You know what? I'll put it on this side. I'll clean it up later. But I don't care how. You got to get off the field. You got to hold the lead. Whatever it is, get off on third down. Don't let them exploit you with the tight end. Shut down. Look, you look at like even Philly, you did well against the run until Miles Sanders broke out. Against Houston, you did well against Pierce until he broke out at the end. Last week, you did well against Ingram and company, but then they break out. They get a couple ones here, a couple ones there. Latavius Murray for 10 up the middle in the fourth quarter. That kind of stuff. Like, yet that can't happen. We got all this draft capital, all this, this money into the defense. They got to perform better, man. And Mike Caldwell's got to, I don't know what he's got to do, but it's got to be better. Bring more heat. Josh Allen is a good player. I'm glad they didn't trade him. I didn't want them to trade him.
Would have been a huge mistake.
I agree. He's too athletic, and his story's not written yet. I know we all want him to be this dominant guy. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. I'll tell you a guy who's dominant you've never even heard of, most of you. His name's Max Crosby. He's coming in town with the Raiders.
Dude.
You want to see a defensive end play the game?
He's ridiculous.
He ain't no first-round pick. I don't think. I don't even remember. I don't even know where he came from. BYU, maybe?
I think he might have been a second-round pick, though.
Yeah, he's ultra-talented.
He's terrifying,
Tall, long, lanky, can rush, can spin, got the moves, got everything.
Got tattoos.
That I like, it's
that
cool.
adds to it a little bit.
You just think of could Josh Allen has, and he shows it in glimpses. He does. He'll show it he'll have a good game, like a dominating game, and then he's nowhere to be found for a couple of games. Now, granted, he may not show up in the sacks and all that. He's probably doing a decent job. Look, and this is what I'm hearing, double team, chipped, great. Well, what about the other side? If one guy's getting doubled, that means the other side is getting singled, so who's not winning? And if they're not winning, then change it up. Look, I keep hearing, and I think Trevon Walker's going to be fine. I don't have that. He's got to get more moves, of course, but hey, you want to put Smoot on the outside, put him on the end? Do it. Nobody says he's got to be an outside backer. Put him out wherever. What did they do at Georgia? They moved him around. All I'm saying is I wouldn't mind seeing Smoot there with him, or the other way around. Smoot at end, him there. Trevon there on the outside, but Smoot, then throw in Key.
Nobody says Arden Key is only allowed to play on 3rd and 10.
No, but he's built for the rush. I mean, if he's out there on rundowns, you're going to run at him.
Yeah,
not that
sure. But
he's weak, but he's just not built to take on a double team. He's built to go one-on-one with that guard or tackle it or center and beat him up in a pass rush. That's his game. Now, could he jump a gap every now and again and make some plays that way? Of course he could, but he still needs more time. I mean, you look at, I forget who put it up. One of the great, we got so many great contributors here, was Dilla or UCF Jaguar, Jordan, or any of those guys, but he put out there that stat oh gosh, I totally forgot my train of thought about Josh Allen and Smoot. They got the same kind of stats with Smoot playing a lot less snaps. Does that make sense? Like their stats are close to 3 sacks each, tackle for loss, but with a lot less snaps. So I think you got to get Smoot out there more. I want to see him out there more. Look, when I did the whole, you look at as a team, they're somewhat close overall. They're both at 5.2 yards a carry on offense. So Josh Jacobs is the real deal. There's no doubt. And of course, Etienne is. They both give up about 4.1 yards a carry. So who's going to be the better defense? And again, if I had a macro, What do they got to do to win? How about play 4 quarters? How about finish the game? You have chances to finish the game. You even have chances early in the game to put them away. Put them away. Get that extra touchdown. Look, I don't know what to expect when it's year end. I don't know what to expect about the quarterback. You know what I mean? Or the defense. Now all of a sudden you hear we need a pass rush. We just draft. We have them. Don't we have the pass rushers? We're supposed to have the pass rushers. 3rd down, we're a little bit better. Not much. 4th down. Isn't that funny? 4th down. We're the 4th down team, aren't we? Aren't we the 4th down team? Go for it all the time. We just go. Right. Well, we're 7 of 17. They're 8 of 11 on 4th down. I think they're the 4th down team this week. Go. Here we go. And on defense, they're about the same. They shut it down around 38, 39, same as us. They've got 9 sacks as a D. We have 14. 3 picks as a D. We have 8. Offense gives up 17. We've only given up 12. I'm telling you, that old line. How are they going to attack the Raiders? That's my note. How are you going to attack them? What are you going to let and I don't know the answer, but I want Trevor to pull the trigger more. And look, man, you're not that accurate deep, but throw him in the middle. I said it on Tuesday. Inside those numbers, you're still going to do some outside the numbers because obviously you have to, but get the majority of those things, those dig routes, clear them out. Let Kirk work the middle. Those kind of routes to give him a chance. He's really good. And by the way, you know why he's really good at the dig? You know what a dig is? Just so everyone, and most of you know, I know you do, but you start on the outside, you come up, it looks like you're going to run a post, but you square it off. So it's like a deep in route, but it looks like you're going to do a post, a deep one down the middle, and then you square it off.
You're trying to get the DB to flip their hips.
To go deep, right, and then you cut it off.
And once they flip their hips, you cut, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is if they're in zone, there's somebody waiting for your ass to take your head off, although you can't do that anymore. But he's good at that throw. Why? Because he can rip it. He doesn't have to put touch on it. He can rip it. It's right in front of him. Look, the job of the offensive coordinator is what? To put their players in the best position possible to win every single down. If he's going to be all over the place with a simple out route, don't call him that much. That seems fair. You know what I mean? If that's not his game, whatever. You know what? He's not good at the deep down the field or the deep comeback. Okay, let's not call it. He's good at other things.
When they run that seam route to Ingram, he's money on that throw.
He is.
Every time.
Down the middle, man. It's right in front of him.
Ingram is going to be quicker and faster than almost every linebacker that's going to be guarding him.
Yeah.
So if Ingram can get past that initial shove off the ball, like 1 or 2 yards, and he can get his head around and look 10, 15 yards down the field, Trevor's money.
Yeah, I don't believe that they're not getting open. I don't believe that there's no separation. I don't believe any of that crap. I think Trevor's just got to pull the trigger. And again, look, take the Agnew throw against the Colts. Remember, he's in the slot. He goes to the others. It was a beautiful throw. He should have made the catch. He had another one later on in another game on the other side, but it was in the middle. I'm telling you, keep him more in the middle to his strengths. And Trevor, for the love of the God Almighty upstairs, man, run when you got to run. Go make a play. And don't feel like the one thing, look, 2 things concern me about the QB. Routine throws aren't routine enough. And then the awareness when you're down in the red zone. Come on. It's the Texans. Stingley sitting right there. You got to see him. Obviously, last week. Simmons is standing right there. You got to see him. I mean, I don't know. I never played the position, but I got to think if I'm looking at you and you're in front of me, I can see you. Whether I'm staring at you or not, I should be able to see the different color. Maybe, you know what? Maybe he's colorblind. Has he ever been tested for me? No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying? He's right there. Like, how do you not see that? And that's what the fans, including me, sit there and be like, how do you not see that? And then well, it wasn't a bad decision. It was a bad throw. Somebody said something to him because, later in the week, his comments are a lot different, if you've noticed. Good. He shouldn't say those things to the fans. That was just a bad throw. No, it was a poor decision. It was first down. Get rid of the ball. Live another down. By the way, they call a run play.
I think both of your points you just made can also be the same. Like when the first thing you said was Trevor needs to run more and make better decisions in the red zone.
Yep.
Why doesn't he run more in the red zone?
I agree. Take off, man. It's play, a weapon. It's a weapon.
If he doesn't want to throw it away, but what's wrong with maybe
getting a couple yards, whatever.
A pump fake.
Yeah.
Try to make a move. You get hit, you get tackled.
Right. Or you get out of bounds, you just step out, whatever. Yes. But do something. Look, you look at Fields, his legs help him a ton. You look at Josh Allen, his legs help him a ton. Mahomes, his legs help him a ton. I mean, the days of the quarterback just standing there whipping the ball from the pocket, there's some left, but there's not many left. And I'm telling you, as a defender, when you got everything covered and that quarterback takes off and gets yards, especially at first down, especially on third and long, especially on third down, wind in the sails, man. It's like a harpoon. You're like MFing everybody. Like, come on. I just covered down, and now the guy takes off. I'm telling you. You see Hurts. You see him. All the players are doing it.
And watch.
Trevor needs to do that. He's built for it. He can handle it.
Because then if you start running a lot, what happens after that? Those defenders that are glued to your guys, they start to cheat up because they think you're scramble, throw it right over their head. Josh Allen does that.
Yep.
All in the red zone. In the red zone, he does it all the time. When they're at like the 5, he'll threaten to take off.
Yeah.
A DB or a safety that's on somebody will cheat up, throws it right over their head. Easy touchdown. Happens all the time for them.
Listen, I want to say this because you hear it like, oh, he's a boss. We don't know yet, okay? I said that on Tuesday. But this is why football is the ultimate team game, because you need everybody. Even if you have the greatest QB in the history of the game, he still needs a great supporting cast. And that's defense included. It is. You look at Tampa's win 2 years ago. That defense won them that game. Sure, Brady did his thing, but that defense, what they do, they harassed Mahomes. You never saw Mahomes look so. I mean, he actually played okay. He tried his butt off, but he was under harassment all game long. We see it for all the time. So this is a game you can win. And let's be honest, when we went through the 1 losses at the beginning of the year, most people had a W around the Raiders coming to town, didn't you? It was iffy and maybe, but out of the 4, you're thinking they're going to beat them.
I did not.
No.
But I only picked them to win 4 games all year, so.
Well, who'd you have less? Seattle? No, Seattle's in the NFC. Well, by the way, Seattle, Geno Smith.
Like, who'd I have them beating, you're saying?
Yeah. Like, if they're 4 losses and they're not the worst, who's the worst? Denver?
Well, I didn't have them beating the Chargers.
No, or KC.
I had them beating the Colts, which they did. I think I had them beating Houston at home.
I thought you meant the Raiders. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. I had the Jaguars winning 4 games for the season.
Yeah, well.
So I certainly didn't pick them to beat the Raiders.
You're a lot smarter than me.
I think Derek Carr is really good.
He's a good stat guy. But stats don't mean everything.
I think he's really underrated relative to how people view him.
Okay, fine. Put all the quarterbacks out there. When are you taking them?
Middle of the pack.
Well,
probably 13, 14.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people say, not you, I think a lot of people say he sucks.
Oh, he doesn't.
And I don't agree with that.
No, I didn't say that at all. He's a great stat machine.
Yeah.
He's got great stats. He throws the ball. He's got all the tools. I just don't think he's that clutch killer when the game's on the line. He's the guy. Consistently. Sometimes he is, but not consistently. So that doesn't mean he's a bad player. But he's just, look, I look at Tony Romo the same way. The guy threw for a ton of yards, ton of touchdowns. He looks great all the time, but what did he not do? He didn't come through in the clutch. He didn't. And to me, that's what separates the really good quarterbacks from the just, good quarterbacks, in my opinion. And again, I'm not a quarterback. I think I know enough. But how are we going to win this game, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you how we're going to win. We're going to win by keeping the pedal on the gas, putting the pedal down. We're going to play a complete game. We're not going to make stupid penalties when we get frustrated. And we're not going to make stupid penalties and stupid decisions because it was a dumb decision in the red zone, in the end zone. You do that, you win the game. But I tell you what, and I have them winning 24-20. But if you don't think the Raiders can come in here and light us up and beat us by a good margin, you're sadly mistaken. And it's any given Sunday, no doubt. But they're a team that's very capable of putting up a lot of points. And they've got, and I tell you what, here's another key. Don't let Chandler Jones get going. He's got a 1/2 sack this year. 1/2, that's it. When they signed him, we all thought, what? What was he getting in Arizona? 17, 15, 13, 14. He big time. Maybe he turns it on. Don't let him turn it on this week. Our O-line's a strength. Got to remain a strength. Give Trevor time. Run the heck out of ETN. And defense, play 4 freaking quarters. And we can win this game. All right, hope you have a great weekend out there. My wife's not feeling very good, so I'm going to go home and take care of my girl, make sure she's all right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's what I do.
Yes, sir.
Listen, my girls get sick, including my wife. I become this doctor, I can play one in that role. Get them the meds, help them out, whatever they need. You got a friend in me, man. You got a friend in me. All right, I got to go. I got to clean up this mess I made. Hope you all have a great weekend, though. Graham, thanks so much, pal.
Yes, sir.
You've been listening to Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Always great to be here. Brought to you by my good friends at the Southern Grill down there in the South Bank and Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spears. Till next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack on 1010XL's podcast platform, 1010XL.com, on Facebook, so long, Facebook, and streaming only live on the relevant app. Have a great day and weekend. Go Jags, LFG, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. See you next time.